Welcome to Taking Care of Your Business, Ideas for Leaders Who Are Humble, Hungry, and Smart. An important mentor of mine for over 35 years recently died. I've been reflecting on the qualities that shined brightly through his life and the impact that he had on mine. Tom Russo was 98 years old when he died, and right up to the end, when asked how he was doing, he replied in his characteristically booming voice, "I'm getting better every day." This reminds me of the old saying, I want to die young, but as late in life as possible. Tom certainly pulled that off. I met him in 1987 when I was working in a church in Staten Island. He was married in that church in 1959 and an active member for many years. He was a very successful lawyer and entrepreneur and had since moved to New Jersey. After hearing his name so many times, I asked myself, who is this guy anyway? I want to meet him. So I called him, introduced myself, and he said, let's have lunch. It was my first discovery about Tom. Life is all about relationships. That lunch began over 3 decades of conversations on a regular basis where Tom called to check on how I was doing. And the conversations followed a similar pattern. First, he asked about my family, then about me and my work. And then he talked about something he had just read or learned that he wanted to share. And I knew that on our next call, he'd ask me about it, so I better read what he gave me. This leads to the second thing I learned from Tom. There's always more to learn. He was deeply curious and had a voracious appetite for learning about everything, whether from a book, an article, a conversation, or an experience, whether a success or failure. He was a lifelong learner and relished the thrill of discovery. The third thing I learned was this: listening is the key to leadership. He was a brilliant trial lawyer and was fully present in every conversation I had with him. And you can't fake that. Through the questions he asked, he encouraged, he challenged, and he supported. During one of the darkest and scariest chapters of my life, when we thought we were going to lose our son, Tom said, Jeff, you got to take care of yourself so you can be there for your son and your daughter and your wife. He listened because he cared. My last takeaway: opportunities are out there, so embrace them. Early on in my leadership journey, I'd had some success, but then doubt crept in that I wasn't qualified for my next role running a medical facility. He would have nothing of it. What do you mean you're not qualified, he said. And then, as if he was back in court, the trial lawyer in Tom presented a mountain of evidence to prove that I was not only qualified, but they'd be lucky to have me. Tom Russo was larger than life, a force of nature who impacted my life. I learned much from him, for which I'm deeply grateful. It's all about relationships. There's always more to learn. Listening is the key to leadership, and opportunities should be embraced. Who are the mentors in your life? And what have you learned from them? Thanks for joining. Until next time, I'm Jeff Oak.